Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, the first update after League starts. Yesterday at like 10 p.m. my time was League start. I've been having actually a great time when it comes to the PoE aspect, but not so great time with everything else. So this video is going to be split into two parts. The first part covering the PoE stuff, and then we talk about the stuff that happened yesterday with the new PC and trying to set everything up and nothing is working and being completely delayed on League start and so on and so forth. So first of all, let's talk about PoE. So as I said, I was about to League start strength stacking, and that is exactly what I did. There is just one single change that you might see here. We are now Chieftain. And yes, I know I said that I'm gonna do Jug, and there was only one case scenario where I would say Chieftain would probably be better, and that is if you play Static Strike Shockwave. Okay, and this is what this character is currently. So if we take a look at the gear, as I said, level 57, we're currently Act 7, like start of Act 7 something. And this is what it currently looks like. I'm running Static Strike, Shockwave support, Pulverize, and Fortify as my 4 link damage link. And then we just have like, what is it, like Precision, Vitality, and Herald of Ash. Nothing more. So it's super easy. The melee buffs are actually insane. I think nobody really had like a bad experience with melee besides being like Act 1 or early Act 2. This is like when it starts to become rough, right? But once you get it going, the damage is just insane. As I said, start of Act 7, I already have 3.1k life. My skill tree is pretty much yeah, almost like life resistance kind of like thing. A little bit of AoE cluster here, my strength cluster. So I technically have like one crit thing, which I think this early is like kind of like useless. But the thing is, like, at the moment I don't struggle at any point. I have good damage. I haven't died on this character yet. I'm just like browsing through, so why should I change something, right? So let's go back to the start. I know there's usually highlight clips, but based on the part 2 of the video, you're gonna understand why I just didn't have the time. I should be streaming since 5 hours already, but I'm still not streaming. So, yeah, there is that. So, Brutus Lead Sprinkler. I actually found a Chaos in Act 2 somewhere, and I saw that the Brutus Lead Sprinklers are going for like 3 to 4 Chaos at this part. Then I just put on the auto search. I'm gonna actually show you that so you can actually see that. I don't even know what they're worth now. I haven't really checked anything yet. So they're now at 1 Chaos. So, but when I started, it was like 3 Chaos. So if you go to your filters and get here and say to buyout price, you say Chaos maximum. That's what I did, 1. And then I just had them on live search, and you know, I was just like browsing through Act 1, and there was one popping up for 1 Chaos instead of 3 Chaos, and I just instantly bought it with the Chaos that I found. So even before level 28, I already had my Brutus Lead Sprinkler, and once I hit level 28, I was respecking a bunch of these points that I had located for this like 2-hand playstyle, right, with the currency exchange here, at least like with the Faustus respecialization, and I just paid gold for it, right? So the respecking was super easy, not too expensive, something that I really like, that you can just play around, you know, and just respec without feeling bad about it, without losing regret orbs and stuff like that. So, this is the current tree, and once I said I have the Brutus Lead Sprinkler, I want to either try out Infernal Blow, I want to try out like Cyclone Shockwave, or maybe Static Strike Shockwave, or maybe anything else that is kind of like melee, because we do have a mace or a scepter, and both of them can be used with the shockwave support because it only works with maces, scepters, and staves, not with axes or anything like that. And I started to just funnily, if that is even a word, try out Static Strike with Shockwave. So what Static Strike is, you attack, like, it's kind of like very slow at the moment because we don't really have attack speed, but this skill or this combination of skills doesn't need attack speed, right? So it's kind of like you hit one single time, and I do have an attack mastery here with the additional strikes. It is like my Ancestral Call support, basically, right? You hit once, and then you get a buff, and this buff is like a Herald of Thunder. And so it shocks nearby enemies, and these shocks are actually melee hits that are triggering the shockwave support. And I found this so relaxed playstyle that I said, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with that. And this was the only option where I said, if I'm doing Static Strike, I'll show you here. So I'm just attacking one single time, and you see that the saps are going off, the shockwaves are going off, and you're basically playing like a melee auto bomber. You just activate it once and you run around, and the buff lasts for a couple of seconds that can be scaled with increased duration, and you're basically having a melee auto bomber. And I found this to be so enjoyable to play then I just said, you know what, I'm not even gonna try Infernal Blow or anything like that, and I'm just gonna stick with this theme of having like a melee auto bomber. And since this doesn't require attack speed to function, because both of these like skills, the beam frequency of the static strike and the shockwave are all like cooldown based and not attack speed based, right? So increasing your attack speed doesn't do anything for your shockwave. But this is basically how I'm playing this character right now, and that's also the reason why I ended up going Chieftain, because I don't need the undeniable attack speed for this kind of setup. The rest of the tree, at least my first Atlas point or Ascendancy point, and the only one so far, is Nagahamu's Flames Advance, which basically says non-unique jewels cost small and notable passive skills in large areas to grant +3 strength, and also convert the physical damage into fire damage, which plays good in, is pretty nice with the Brutus Lead Sprinkler giving us a lot of flat fire damage. So what does this node even do? Basically, a normal jewel here, and this is, yeah, I know it's dual wielding, it's just like, it's solo cell phone style, any jewel that works, and this one had strength, right? So it's a normal jewel, I throw it in here, and now it becomes a radius, and this is coming from this, so basically, if you unplug this, this gives like 18 res, and this gives like 18 cold res, you put it in, and now they all give like 3 strength. Like every single node in radius gives you +3 strength. So just by adding a socket, we go from 568 to 633. So that is actually pretty good. And it's not like a lot of effort, you know, I just plugged in any freaking jewels that I found and, you know, just live with the extra strength that I'm getting, right? And I think later on, these two are just resistance stuff, and I think that's going to be maybe problematic once you start mapping, because, you know, when you finish the first part of the campaign, -30 resistance, you finish the second part, another -30, and at the moment, I don't feel the need of actually using these defensive layers to get maximum resistance, stuff like that. So I guess the second note, I guess, will actually be the Silent Sun's Roar, with the war cries have infinite power, and then try to automate some war cries, you know, that would basically be used with the Red Blade banner, so we have that slot open and just use this node here to gain maximum power, and then maybe play around with a couple of, war cries. So, that is about the build. The POB of the current version is in the description below if you want to check out. My profile is public, you can check anytime what is the current standing. So let's take a look at my, what is it called? West March, King's March, something. Basically, I did as much as I could. I was just upgrading everything. I did hire a lot of workers. One thing that I want to note here, if you have low workers, which I currently don't have, you just kick them out. And then you hire workers, and then you see you want to get higher ranks. Rank 3, I have a couple of rank 4s already, which are just, I think, like, just being more productive, getting more stuff going. And that's basically it. I upgraded everything as far as I could. I'm doing my my mine thingy here, so everything here is sorted with like level 3 or level 4 workers. It costs like 200 gold per hour right now, and this is a cool feature, treasure empty in. So basically, before I logged off yesterday, I just deposited all my gold that I have into this treasury gold. I said, like, I go offline now, I'll let my workers do their stuff, and we should actually have like a freak ton of resources. Since I wasn't playing for the last like 10 hours, my ship was like sent back, or at least sent forward once before I logged off. So let's check, what did we get? We are actually getting a bunch of random stuff. I don't think there's anything cool, so we just, I guess, I mean, I'm not gonna check the items, because at the moment, like, I don't know, it doesn't look any cool at all. No 5-link, no uniques. This is quite nice to have, but, you know, it's just, my gear is just like life resistance, a bit of strength, some crafted modifiers, absolutely nothing besides like the Brutus Lead Sprinkler, right? There's this diff card, Reign of Chaos, I think I picked it up before. Yeah, so nothing too special. I'm just wondering, can I quickly sell this like stuff here, pick the rest of the shipment, rewards, take all? And since I have so high workers here, like one rank 2 and the other rank 3, you know, I can literally just go ahead, put it wherever I want, and then get the shipment. I just bloat it up like completely, and you see that even though I'm having like 18,000 resources, there is almost no risk because of the higher level workers, as well as like upgrading the shipment thingy. I'm not gonna go too crazy here. I'm just gonna go like somewhere in the middle part, like close to 10,000, which is actually insane, right? This shipment value. Let's do like 10,000, done, set sail. And while I'm editing the video and trying to get this online, probably back when I start streaming, then my stuff will be back. And this is basically how I treat the league mechanic. So far, the only complaint that I have right now is that the gold pickup radius could be bigger. That's so far the only issue that I have. The league mechanic in the zones when you actually get the resources unlocked, super fine, super good. Everything works as intended. I'm enjoying going back here, check my shipments, check if my workers are doing stuff, upgrading stuff. I really, really like this so far. But I'm not as far yet, you know, still in the campaign. We're gonna see how things go forward. Okay, part 2 of the video. Now let's talk about what happened yesterday. So the original plan was, you know, the classic Friday, you know, clean your apartment, go buy food, wash your cloth, just try to get the time over until final league start and go on like 7 p.m. or something, right? So all of a sudden, yesterday the doorbell rang and my new PC got delivered, literally on the league start day. And I was like, it was like 2 p.m. So I said like, now I have 10 hours time to get the new system running, make all the stream, download all the games, get OBS ready, like trying to figure out everything beforehand, right? I didn't even have breakfast yesterday whatsoever. All I wanted to do, I want to try to get this stuff ready, and there just were some issues, like shipment, like shipping issues, some parts were loose, I got like freezing screens, and nothing really worked, and I tried so hard to make this work. In the end of the day, the long story short is I have already some specialists looking at the problem, and the last 3-4 hours we already tried to fix everything, and it's now currently booting. So after this video goes live, I'm gonna unplug my old PC, try the new setup, because the good thing is, if the new setup works and I don't need 2 PCs, what I'm currently running, I'm running a gaming PC and a streaming PC, but then I can finally stream to YouTube as well without audio tracks, or at least like without music tracks, so my YouTube content doesn't get flagged and stuff like that. It would be a huge advantage for everybody to enjoy. But at like half an hour before league start, 21:30 or something, you know, I started the stream and PC crashed, and then I was like, okay, freak, you know, put this new PC at the on the edge, and then on the corner basically plug in the old system and just try to stream, right? So I was like streaming wise like 3 hours late. My old gaming PC didn't have PoE updated. I was in queue 66,000 or something. It took like half an hour to even get into the game. So everything worked like was awful yesterday, right? Same as today. First thing, I'm awake now since like, I don't know, 5 hours pretty much, right? And I spent like 3 hours trying to get the new system running with the boys helping me out. So thanks for that, you know, BIOS setting, clock settings, RAM things. I'm not a specialist, you know, I just do whatever they say. And instead of like streaming and actually progressing and enjoying the league start, I'm just trying to get the new system running to just have finally a better experience. And this is not only for me for playing games, but it's also for you for multiple streams and just better stuff overall, right? So I said, like, at the moment, recording on the old system right now, trying to upload the video so I get some kind of progression, then unplugging everything, get the new system, hopefully it works this time, trying to set up a stream, and in the best case scenario, stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and then finally be able to league start, you know? It's like, league start is so nice, man, but I just have this, like, constant, like, hey, I need my new PC running, and it's finally there. I waited for, like, a month and stuff. I just focus on this, like, PC stuff so hard that I cannot really enjoy league start at the moment, right? So that's why it's kind of weird, dude. It's Saturday. It's the day where I would stream like 15 hours and just progress into maps and stuff like that. But this time it's just gonna be slow progress, which is not the worst thing ever, because slower progress means that people can just follow up easier. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you later on stream.